guys, welcome to Simproved, Fry speaking here, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. Today, finally, we are going to build a family house, another family house, for the Sims 4 Seasons expansion pack, because lots of you guys have asked me to build something for a more familiar, but a family gameplay. And here you go, guys. It's basically like a little farm. There's a little crop field. There also will be like an exterior gardening house and a glass house, gardening glass house, whatever it's called. But before I'm going to talk a little bit about the build, here is a little short disclaimer for you guys. So I really hope that you like how I talk in my videos. I will do my very best to pronounce everything how it's supposed to be pronounced when I speak in English. I will do my very best, but if you have any problems with this, there is a mute button down in the left corner of every video. You can use it, and thanks very much for your attention. And now let's go back to the speed build. Bye. Okay, so now that this is out of the way, thanks also again for all your lovely comments, but sometimes I just have to do something like this, yeah. So, the speed build, it's a family house, like I said. This will have, let me think, I think 5 bedrooms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, so it can be used for a huge, large family. And definitely you can reach like your 8 sim capacity that you have in the game. So this is quite of an end game family house. I think I built this with lots of lags again since the new patch. I still have some lags in build mode, and this is also why this video came just, you know, it's like it took me a while to build this again. But yeah, here we are. Also, again, I'm sorry for the the huge delay here, but yeah, here you get your first family-friendly house, whatever it's called, in The Sims 4 for your Seasons expansion pack. Also, since this is a Seasons build, I only used the base game and the Seasons expansion pack. So if you only have the base game and the Seasons expansion pack, this is the right house for you, because it only uses these kinds of packs. And if the game says there's something else in it, I'm pretty sure it shouldn't, but if it says, ignore it. It's lying to you. It's just base game and Seasons. Yeah, so yeah. So I had actually no idea how this house should look like. At first I wanted to go with this more classical, like these neoclassical, I guess you would call it in America, like these plantation houses, like old farms. They have this, I would call this like a classical architectural style with these Roman columns, and like this is what I first wanted to do. Then I thought, okay, maybe there are some, I don't know, like, of course there are, but there will be some like negative connotations to it, so I'm not going to use that kind of style. But I thought that maybe like a farm kind of house, maybe I'm going to go with a lot more Georgian, I guess, suburban style. So here is my kind of weird Georgian family farm house, villa, whatever. I can't really explain how I came up with this idea, but I wanted to have lots and lots of verandas all around it, or like front porches and that kind of feel. I want to have like a little tower that kind of also reminded me of a Victorian house that you may have seen, I don't know, like in San Francisco and of course in England and stuff. So it kind of is like a whole mixture of all the architectural styles are basically. But for me it looked a little bit more American, prairie house, whatever, kind of farmhouse somewhere. And I wanted it to look super new and kind of, yeah, newly built. So I used very pastel-y, kind of very light colors. But if you want to change it into like something more, I don't know, like log cabin kind of style, which I experimented with after I was done building this, it also looks really cool. So if you just change like the wooden paneling that I'm going to choose here, which is going to be like a pastel, very light green, into like a log cabin brown, and then darker roof texture, it can look very different all of a sudden. So I thought this is like a really cool idea. You can experiment a lot with these kinds of houses, or like with a house in the style of family that lives there. Also, I wanted to do the whole exterior and like interior, like for every kind of family there is. Like, it's a very plain house in my opinion. It's basically a very super boring house, but I wanted to have something for everybody, like kind of a, I don't know, like the most boring McMansion family house that you can have in The Sims 4. And here you go. So it kind of should suit all of your family. And if you have like kind of a special need or something, like a special kind of theme that you're going to play with your Sims family, you can easily change the wallpaper, and it kind of looks super different then. So this is what I really liked about this house, since it's like a really weird architectural style. I wanted to have like a huge kind, not huge, but like a crop field, because the gardening system has been revamped since the season's expansion pack. And gardening is like super different now. I still haven't played the game. I still haven't played seasons. I haven't played like one single day. I just created my holiday, which is the lionfish god day, like where we worship our lionfish god. And that's basically it. And I wanted to start playing with this house. And I still had so many likes, so I couldn't like play the season's expansion pack, so I can't even tell you about the new expansion pack. So yeah, I'm really sorry. Maybe write me in the comments what's really cool and new here. But yeah, I've heard that the gardening is pretty cool now. Gardening is so much easier, so I wanted to have like a little crop field, you know, like a little kind of area where your Sims can grow their potatoes or whatever kind of gameplay-wise-ish stuff you can do now. I have no idea, but apparently you can do something now. So I started to put lots of lavender in there, but then I will also put some pumpkins in there, since I wanted to use Patchy, the new scarecrow that also apparently comes to life, because I've seen that on Twitter. Thanks so much, Twitter community. And I'm desperate to see finally Patchy see alive, like in my gameplay, when I finally maybe get to play the game and not build all the time. But yeah, we all know this is not going to happen pretty soon, so stay tuned for lots of other builds. But yeah, so I want to have lots of verandas and like a huge garden all around it, especially for like kind of a parent with like parenting garden gameplay. So for a huge family, there will be the swings that came with the seasons pack. There will be a gardening house. The verandas are for like potted plants, so you can grow even more plants in the potted plants that I will place all around the verandas. Or porches, I have no idea. Usually a veranda is just a porch with like a roof on top, I think. I'm not sure. I'm kind of confused why there are so many different kind of English words for this kind of stuff. But for me, it's kind of a veranda. Let's just call it a veranda. So the interior is actually also pretty interesting. I wanted to go with, since this is like a default house kind of, I wanted it to be like a default seasons expansion pack gameplay house for a family, and therefore I wanted to go with white and gray and like super like boring colors kind of that suits everybody else. But then after I've done like the first floor, which has like the kitchen and the living room and like a bathroom and another bedroom, I was like, oh, this is so freaking boring. No, I can't play with this. So I thought, okay, maybe we kind of revamp this. I think this is not going to show up in my video, but you will see it at the end in the video tour, of course. But I will change like every kind of room here is dedicated to a season or a holiday. So the kitchen / dining room area that you can see here, I will change the dining room area to suit like Harvest Fest, I guess it's called in the game, which is basically like Thanksgiving for Sims, but it will be like with orangey tones. I will use lots and lots of the new decorations that come with the season's expansion pack. We have like tons and tons of decoration stuff, and I wanted to, you know, look at it and see how it works in game kinda, and you know, like see what is possible, how you decorate everything. So the dining room is like Harvest Fest-ish kind of, you know, like fall and orange and fall leaves and I don't know, like some fruits and stuff. And then the living room, of course, since there's a fireplace, I had to do the Hanukkah Christmas Day. I guess they call it Winterfest in The Sims 4. So yeah, it's kind of a Winterfest interior design here. Yeah, it's going to look really weird, but I wanted just to have like everything kind of decorated already. You can of course easily delete everything in gameplay then if it's like too much, because it doesn't make sense that you have like spring in the bedroom and like Winterfest in the living room and Harvestfest in the dining hall, whatever. But I wanted to, you know, kind of also show you, because I know that some of you still don't have like seasons and are like maybe thinking about getting it. For me, gameplay wise, I can't really tell you, but lots and lots of people love it, absolutely love it. It's like on the top 10 of expansion pack, like number 1 right now. I don't know if it's still like the hype or if it's really that good. I can't tell you, since I like to build. For builders, there's not so much in it, I would say, like from the objects wise. But I really like the objects that came with it, because it's like lots of objects, but like I guess like 50% of them are seasonal decorations, like holiday decorations, which is also why I wanted to use them here. And the rest is kind of, yeah, I can't even tell you what kind of interior design. I guess it's more eclectic. I guess you would call it like, as an interior designer, there are some words that you kind of use that actually don't mean shit. And my favorite word to use then is like eclectic. Eclectic is like a word that doesn't mean anything. It can use, like, it says that nothing is like super minimalist, but yeah, it's just, maybe I should look up what it actually means. But basically I've seen like lots and lots of people use this word for just everything and it doesn't make any sense anymore right now. But yeah, so we are already upstairs in the interior design, and this is the children's room, which is of course based on summer. So I used like the sail ship wallpaper, statement wallpaper, then there's a toddler bed and a kid's bed. So whatever tickles your fancy, you can have 2 grown-up like children and like a toddler and child. And there's also the scout, you know, that your kids can be scouts now, which is also something that I want to build, something maybe like a scout summer camp or something, which would also be cool. If you have any ideas how to call like the summer camp, because I know they have like this weird kind of more Indian, like in America you have these Indian tribe kind of names or something. Yeah, that would be cool. Maybe something for Sims, kind of Flama, whatever. Yeah, if you have any ideas, just write in the comments down below, or just complain about my accent or something like this. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, definitely. So this is like a super colorful children's bedroom, how they are supposed to be in my opinion, and yeah, based on summer. And then we are at my favorite room in the house. This is the Mom, it's not a face room. It's not a face, Mom. And it's basically based on Halloween, of course, so there's a ghost wallpaper and some tombstones and like a rocky tar with like skeleton Freezer bunny on it, and it's kind of a, yeah, it's not a face, Mom. Kind of emo, teen angsty, kind of very colorful, comical teenager room maybe or something. I thought this is like a really fun kind of build, and yeah, I wanted to showcase everything that you can do with the base game stuff and the seasonal decorations, so I really wanted to look at all the decorations that kind of make sense for Halloween. And also, you know, that Patchy is like in the crop field, so Patchy can also maybe live there in this room. I don't know, maybe he likes it. Is Patchy female or male? I think he's male, right? Guess that's something I have to kind of figure out. But yeah, so this is basically like a really fun kind of teenager, yeah, room. And I also used lots of the, I guess these are movie posters that kind of are framed as well, which I really like. So there's like a kind of maybe person living there is like a movie nerd or something. Yeah, I thought that would be like a cool idea. And there's like another room that is kind of really basic. I thought maybe this is for the grandparents. It uses like dark furniture with very light wallpaper here again. And this is not based on any season. Maybe it's just, you know, I was just being, I have no idea what to put in there. Maybe it's winter. But it doesn't make sense to be winter. It's just another bedroom that kind of is more maybe for the adults, you know, not as funky crazy like the kids' rooms that I've been doing here. I thought for myself this is for the grandparents, or maybe like a crazy aunt that lives there, or whatever, the nanny, the butler. You can also have butlers if you have the vintage glamour pack, of course. And yeah, maybe this makes sense then in that kind of way, that you have also like a butler sleeping somewhere. So yeah, maybe that's the room for it. I don't know. Also, there are, of course, lots of bathrooms, 2 upstairs, 1 is downstairs. I only showed you like 1 that is downstairs because usually I always cut out the bathrooms, like you already know. I don't like showing bathrooms. Bathrooms are so boring, and yeah, therefore, don't worry, there are enough bathrooms for gameplay, of course. So now we are outside, and I wanted to use everything that we have for the season's expansion pack. Like, so there are decorations or like objects that you can only use in summer, only use like maybe in winter and in fall and all that kind of stuff. So it's the same like with the interior design. It's kind of experimenting with all the objects, and because this is for my gameplay as well, you have everything from every season, and it kind of makes sense, but also it kind of doesn't. So yeah, I built this in summer, as you can see, because it's for me the best, I don't know, season to build in. I still have to build in winter because I really want to see how the snowed in roofs and stuff look like. But yeah, I'm really looking forward how patchy is looking like. So you have like a little pumpkin patch / lavender field, and then you can also delete like some pumpkins and some lavender as you go along, and maybe plant some plants in there as well on the ground. So yeah, and outside of the external like gardening house, there are some beehive thingies, I don't know, beekeeping stuff. And in the inside, you can do the flower arranging that comes with the new season's expansion pack. I think this is like a new skill, and therefore I put lots of tables in there and lots of like floral decorations all around to make it look as if your sim has been some like flower arranging all the time. Also, by the way, I'm still very up to doing like the Mighty Morphing Flower Arrangers Club. I guess that's like a really cool idea, and I think I'm going to maybe do like a small little let's play, like just 1 episode, to see what they've been up to, the Mighty Morphing Flower Arrangers. So yeah, I think that will be quite funny. And here we are already at the end of the video. This is the external glass house for your more tropical plants or more delicate flowers that you want to grow in there. I will stack some palm trees in there just, you know, so you have a filler before you fill something in. And since we got the new glass roofs, I decided, of course, we need something with glass roofs now, because glass roofs are so incredible cool. And I almost forgot about them. So I'm really sorry, but here is at least 1 little glass house for your Sims to use. And yeah, this is basically the whole build, guys. If you want to download this and use it in your game, the download link, as always, is in the video description down below. Please enjoy the video tour now. And yeah, that's basically it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!